Hello everybody, Matthew Armstrong here, and as we continue on our path to mastery, what I'd like to talk to you about today is what creates baggage in our lives. Because we've all heard, oh, such and such has a lot of baggage, and what does that actually mean, and what is it to have baggage in our lives? Well, it comes down to two things. Two main things create baggage in our lives. And the first one is resentment. Anything that we resent, anything that we have an aversion to and a resentment to, that's baggage in our lives. Basically, simply baggage in our lives. And as soon as we release that, then we become freer. So it's about freedom. It's about freedom to be ourselves, about freedom to live from our heart and to live a heart-centered life. And so to do that, we must let go of all of our resentments. And that could be grudges that we hold, that could be just general resentments towards people, or even towards organizations or countries or whatever, Any resentments that we have will give us baggage in our lives. And that baggage will weigh us down, and it will stop us from expanding and really being our potential, And the other thing is infatuations, fantasies. That's the other thing that will create baggage in our lives. It seems strange, but when we have a fantasy about something, that's also baggage in our lives, because that infatuation and that fantasy is stopping us from actually seeing the reality and appreciating the reality of what is, rather than being attached and addicted to a fantasy that will never be. And because if we're attached and addicted to a fantasy that will never be, then we can never fully appreciate what we have in the moment. We can never fully appreciate another person if we're comparing them to an infatuation or a fantasy. Same way we can never fully appreciate a person if we have resentments towards them. So the wise thing to do is to let go of our resentments, let go of our fantasies, let go of our infatuations, with both the positive and the negative, and then center ourselves in a place of appreciation, gratitude, and love. And from that place, that's where we can truly be ourselves, and that is real life mastery. That is real life mastery, my friend. When we can actually look at our lives and look at our resentments and be able to collapse all them by simply looking for the benefit within the situation that we resent, within the person that we resent. Look to all the positive traits. Look to all the benefits of that situation. Look at all the advantages of that situation or that person. And by doing that, we start to balance out the equation. Same with our infatuations. If we have an infatuation about something, or a fantasy about something in life, something that happened, and we're always comparing it to something else, we're always comparing the fantasy to our reality, and it's never matching up, because it never will do, because reality is a balance, right? It's not just all good, it's just not just all positive. Reality is a balance of positive and negative. A magnet has polar opposites. No matter how many times you cut that magnet in two, that's it. It still has its polar opposite, and we all have that. We all have two sides. Everybody does. We live in a duality of two sides, so it's wise to embrace both sides. And if we do have an infatuation or a fantasy, start looking at the drawbacks. Write it down. When you put pen to paper, there's a magic in that. Start writing down, what are the drawbacks, what are the disadvantages to this thing that we just think is so great, there's nothing wrong with it. Actually start to look at the disadvantages, and then we can start to balance our perceptions, and from there we can live a life of appreciation, open-heartedness, and that would be a great thing, right? But like I said, it takes some work to do this. It takes actually sitting down, contemplating, putting pen to paper, and balancing out all these unbalanced equations in our life. Okay, I hope you got some value from that and got you thinking. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow for the next installment. Thank you very much. See you then.